Hello. I might have frozen everything. Hello. Wait, this is not where I want it. Hang on. Technical difficulties. Hello. We're playing Kerbal Space Program. Welcome, Jeb, Bill, Bob, Valentina, who are not in this playthrough, and welcome everybody. I have my tea because it's a Saturday afternoon. I'm back with Kerbal Space Program. I played this last week. I'm going to try to make this a recurring thing. I've said that before, but I really do want to do that with this particular playthrough. This install is in KSP 1.3.1. Let me double check my sound like I do. Yep. Let me make sure. Yep, I can hear the music. Okay, great. Alright, done with that. Listen to this gorgeous piece of music. Isn't this awesome? Anyway, this is what I'm calling in my head. I'm calling this my Uncharted stream. Because even though if you look at my Twitch channel or the YouTube channel, which I'm going to be also bringing these VODs to, even though they're going to be an hour and a half long, so there's long videos, but if you look at the history of what I've been doing with Kerbal Space Program, there's a lot of started and not finished careers, and I'm going to try something different with this. We're in Uncharted territory. I'm going to try to come back to it like once a week, something like that. Done. Can you tell I'm excited? I'm really excited, y'all. I'm really excited to play. We're still having some of the technical difficulties that we were having. Uncharted streams, here we go. But bear with me with technical difficulties. Last time we started the space program. I cheated in 100 science so we could skip the early part of the tech tree. Crickets. It's like 1:15, so it's kind of weird to hear crickets right now. Also, I can turn the crickets off with a little push of the button. Can you tell I'm excited today? I'm really excited. But let me make sure that my streaming is working. So hold my horses. Please, take the reins. Look, that's me. I'm here. All right, this seems to be working. Oh, the recently started. That's helpful. I've never seen it sorted that way. All right, I've got that there. I got this here. I think we're doing okay. I can see the ball mic is working. And if I put on this music here, then we can listen to that music. And I can see that that is picking up. This is called Orbit by Dr. Vox. I'm going to turn it down a little bit. So, last time in Science Sandbox career mode, Uncharted stream, we launched our first Kerbal. We launched our first rockets. We went into space. We took science data from space, and then we launched brave Gwenvin Kerman, who's right here, on a mission to orbit the planet Kerbin. So I've been working on... my sheet's over there. Hang on a second. I've been making notes. I'm coming up with ideas because I get obsessive about this stuff. Part of why I'm so excited. And I've made some notes about constraints that I'm going to be using, and these are with a grain of salt and kind of like until they're not fun anymore. But I got a page of notes about that. But one of them pertains to the fact that I have played in the past with a mod called Kerbal Construction Time, which surprisingly enough adds construction time to your rockets. But I don't want to install that here for usability purposes. However, I can go in the alarm clock. I have created a Launchpad ready alarm for 2 days and 5 hours. That was actually 3 days originally. I've loaded in and done some settings and checked some stuff. I was not playing, but I did a little bit of simulator design work and some mod installs and stuff in the week between, so we didn't have to sit and watch that. So the last vessel that we launched on the Launchpad was between 20 and 30 tons. So I'm going to divide that by 10, round up to the nearest whole number, and that is the number of days that we have to wait before we can do another launch. So that's an interesting time constraint that I've added for myself. Also, Gwenvin gets a week off. I gave him 7 days off, and a little bit of time has passed, I guess. Kerbin days are only 6 hours long, in case you're wondering why these numbers are the way they are. So that's my alarm clock. I'm not able to launch anything from the launch pad until that comes back. And Jondren can't go on a mission unless we pull him out of his break, in which case he'll be grumpy with us until then, which is exciting. All right, so what else do we got here? Looking at the tech tree. I want to talk a little bit about the tech tree. Today we're going to Minmus. That is the plan. We'll talk about it. I had said to myself, oh, I just jumped right in. I'm so excited. Thank you for joining me for Kerbal Space Program. Yeah, here we go. Career mode, day 2. So normally I say to myself, I have to unlock each of these columns, these tiers, 1, 2, 3, 4, one at a time. And I was about to start unlocking at 65 science. This costs 45. I was about to unlock aviation, and then I realized every time I play this game, I unlock aviation and general construction next, and then I'm stuck because I like to send probes to space before I send Kerbals. Just, I don't know, it feels more realistic. I don't want to deal with the mods to arrange the tech tree differently. This node here, electrics, gives me the Probudobudyne Octo Core, which has a SAS, or what is it called? SAS. Stability Assist System, which makes flying just much easier. Also, solar panels are in this node, which you need for longer missions. So, I'm going to break my rule that I had said for myself and say, you know what, never mind. That rule is holding me back. Rules are made to be broken, like the debug menu rules. So instead, I'm going to save up my science and get electric so we can launch probes. And I'm even considering, after that, I'm not sure I'm going to do this, because there's a lot of really good stuff in here that we might really want and really need. But we might save our science after that to get this bit, precision engineering, which has an even better probe core, and critically, these antennae, which will enable us to send interplanetary missions. Because normally, I spend so long going to the moon and back, and this is why I finally figured out why. It's because I don't like to send Kerbals where no probe has been before, and I can't send probes if I can't control them and if I can't use signal. So that's my story. All right, so today's plan. I'm trying to get a lot done because I'm trying to stream only for like an hour, hour and a half, but I really want to play. So because of that, I'm delaying. So today's plan is to go here. In the normal game, Kerbal Space Program, Minmus is more like where Drez is here. It's like a moon outside the moon. It's a little moon that's further away. Harder to get to at first, but very easy to land on, very forgiving. This Minmus has been repurposed into a little shepherd moon around Kerbin's rings. It is 7 kilometers in radius. I believe that is correct. Yep. So we're going to try to go to Minmus. Leave. Oh, one thing I want to point out about going to Minmus. I've put our launch site using KSP switcher just for fun. I've put our launch site here. I talked about this last time, which is inclined. The rings are at a 0-degree latitude. The Space Center is at like 23, 24 degrees, which means we can't launch into an equatorial orbit, so we have to actually time our launch better. So I'm going to make guesses about how best to do that. But first, we just need to time warp. We just need to pass a little bit of time because we have an alarm coming and we can't launch until the launch pad's ready. So let's pass some time. How do I do that? You know what? Hang on. I want to save because I haven't saved yet. So I would like to do that. I'd like to be in the habit of saving. Stream start day 2. Save. All right. Here's our alarm. I'm so excited, you. I really like playing this. That's what I was going to talk about, is how I'm excited to play, and I'm excited to go to new places. That's what's so fun about this mod, and why I'm glad I'm playing an old version, because it's it's giving me a chance to visit Uncharted lands, Kerbin. Everything's all different sizes too, and all these inclinations are different. Like all these planets have much more intense inclinations than the regular game, and they're bigger and heavier. It's going to be quite challenging. The launch pad is ready. Delete on close and close alarm. Okay, so that's fine. The launch pad is ready. Now, what I want to do, I want my launch site to be positioned correctly for launching to Minmus. I believe, I could be wrong, but I believe that if Minmus is down here, then I want my launch site to be about here. So let's just pass some time until Minmus passes over us. Minmus goes around Kerbin in a little more than half a day. Kerbin day is 6 hours. Minmus goes around us in like 3 hours and something minutes. All right. So when we do, I did some math earlier. What's happening is when we launch from this site, we're going to go into an inclined orbit. When we pass the equator is when we want to do a transfer burn out to Minmus. And then Minmus will need to take the time it takes to get where we are going. So it's going to be more than a quarter, but less than a third, I think, of Minmus's orbit will be the right time. So keep passing time. This is just going to be my first guess. We have a window like once every day or two, so, or once or twice a day. I think there. Maybe a little later. I'm going to try this. Also, I planted a flag on the runway so I could see where the Space Center was more easily. All right. Let's see our new rocket. This is good launching music, by the way. And I'm having horrible lag whenever we look at the Space Center, so I apologize for that. We need to look at my new rocket. This is the Carlociraptor Mark 1C, and we're going to have... This is like Pirates of the Caribbean. Hang on a second. All right, pause. We've hired a new Kerbal named Gwenvin, and let's actually edit this. So I fiddled with mods a little bit, and let's put it this way. We have a new subcontractor joined onto the space program in the form of KW Rocketry, one of my favorite mods that I've played with so often that I was really confused not playing with it. So this is an evolution of the Kerbinator rocket from last time, but we've upgraded it with KW parts. So we've got this high thrust Maverick 1D engine down here with the double engine bell. We've got some solid rocket boosters, 4 this time, to help us go up. I've made some custom launch clamp stability things because we haven't invented launch clamps yet. Hang on. I'm wanting to make sure that, yeah, everything's working. What else? We've got this higher efficiency Vesta engine and an upper stage. And then this is a evolution of the Carlociraptor. I've given it a little bit, I think I gave it a new engine or a little bit extra fuel or more batteries or something like that. We will see. I'm going to check the staging real quick. I've angled it to be arranged so that we can skip. Most rockets will do a roll program before they start their pitch program. I have trouble getting that done in time, so I am trying to just angle the vessel on the pad to align with the azimuth, as they say. In other words, I just want to be aligned east to west, even though the launch pad is not. This rocket and these boosters will fire at the same time that we let go of the launch clamps, and then when these burn out, we'll drop the solid rockets, then we'll stage, we'll ignite the upper stage engine, then we'll stage from the upper stage, hopefully we'll be in orbit by then, and we'll switch to the Terrier engine and we'll be on the spacecraft itself. Our goal? To send Gwenvin Kerman, where no Kerbal has gone before, to Mini Minmus, the 7-kilometer shepherd moon. Ah. Now we can get our song back. That's fine. All right, we always get horrible lag on the pad, so don't look at that. Okay, I'm gonna quick save because I feel like I'm forgetting something important. Like, this is the kind of day where I'm so excited that I end up having the mic, like, not turned on. I would like to move my nav ball a little bit. This is bad time, but... Apply, accept. All right, let's stage, here we go. All right, we're accelerating off the pad, and now we begin our pitch program, pitching over to east as quickly as possible, and then turn off stability. I accidentally turned off the engine briefly. Drop the stages. All right, I turned on aerodynamic effects, so I'm afraid that that might be really messing with the streaming ability, so we'll see, but I need to be pitching over a bit more than this, guys. Please keep pitching, keep pitching. Didn't have the most efficient ascent. So they're in their heads. Oh no, we're in the, hang on. You all saw me. We have to revert. I'm sorry. We have to revert. The wrong Kerbal is in the capsule. Gwenvin! You all saw me put Gwenvin in there. That's just because it got reset between things. See, I said I was forgetting something. Launch. That's kind of good. I haven't reverted yet. It's always a mark of shame when you revert flights, like having to reload in an XCOM game. Too bad. It is too much of a waste of time to do the wrong thing and fiddle with it. Let's turn off all these indicators. Jeez. All right, now we get another music breakdown. Gwenvin is going to ascend into space upside down, as you do. 6, here we go. All right, begin pitching. There we go, that was better. Like most capsules, just doing a heads down position, and I think it's so that you can see the horizon out the window as you ascend and know if you're... Drop those stages, thank you. Let me get my camera back. All right, we want to be at 90 degrees. Please, please. This music is going kind of nuts. It's making me a little stressed out, but that's okay. Look at those beautiful rings out there, Gwenvin. Yeah. All right. Doing okay. Still got most of this stage left to burn out. Don't lose control. There we go. I'm micromanaging a little bit too much. In the simulations, which is just flying it and then reverting, I had some quite successful unguided launches. It was very satisfying. But I think things are starting to get under control. Jeez. And I'm just giving a little bit of a yaw to the north because that reduces our inclination slightly. Ooh. I might have to turn off the aerodynamic effects for lag purposes, but we'll see. SAS on, stage, and light the Vesta. Nice. Alright. Time to Apoaps, which is up in the corner, should still be increasing, but I don't want to be pointed too far off of my prograde vector. Give me my surface prograde vector, please, so that we're keeping track of our drag. We're going to burn until our Apoaps is 85 to 90 kilometers. Now this Kerbin has a thicker atmosphere than stock Kerbin, or a deeper atmosphere, which I believe scales differently. As we get above 45 kilometers, we should stop seeing the aerodynamic heating quite so badly. All right, let's just point our prograde orbit vector now. There we go. All right, Apoap's is 65 kilometers. That's, we need to get it up to 85 or 90. How's it looking in there, Gwenvin? Looking pretty Kerbal. All right, woo! Lots of chaos, and a revert because we had the wrong Kerbal in the capsule. I've been looking forward to playing. I was telling my wife Rachel that I should probably have a second Kerbal. This is a little bit too shallow of a launch, actually. We were going to spend too much time in the atmosphere having drag, but I was telling Rachel that I should probably have a second Kerbal install to play so that this one doesn't become the source of all of my ideas. 89 is fine. Because I've been thinking about it all week, and now I'm going to probably mess things up just from being too excited. But the wrong Kerbal going into the capsule is just par for the course with this. That's what you gotta deal with that with Kerbals. Thankfully, we can revert time and fix that. 80 kilometers. Gwenvin Kerman becomes the second Kerbal in space and the first Kerbal woman? The reason I said that with a question was because I felt like there should be a cuter word for, like, I don't know. They're all Kerbals. Kerbal is a non-gendered term, so she's first Lady Kerbal. Let me burn a little bit more. Apoaps, that's fine. That'll be good. I've added this friendly Delta V readout from my Kerbal Engineer window over here to tell me that the burn time will be 26.8 seconds, and it is coming up in 27 seconds now. So let's get pointed to our maneuver marker. We're in space, Gwenvin. This is nice space music, by the way. Somebody walked by the door. Makes me nervous. 9 seconds. Let me make sure I've liked that song. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. And we're just circularizing right now. We're just getting into orbit. Hopefully we'll have a little bit of fuel left over. That'd be helpful. Oh, the adrenaline. There's the occasional moment of terror in this game, you know. A lot of build-up, and then all of a sudden it very matters. I installed a mod called Real Plume recently also, but I decided to take it off temporarily. How'd we do? 89 by 97. Actually overburned, but that is okay. Whew! Let's quick save that. My goodness. Gwenvin, you've done it. Gwenvin, why don't you, nah, don't do those things. That's the science. We're saving our science for when we, I'm gonna bring that up just in case. We're saving our science for when we go to Minmus. Okay, so now you can see, because it's got this nice line. I've set Minmus as my target. This is the descending node and the ascending node, which is just the moment when we cross the plane. So we want to be able to burn. We want to add a maneuver specifically at the descending node. And I'm going to use this window to do the maneuver planning, precise node to do the maneuver. And we want to see if our timing guess was good. I think I might be a little early. Yeah, it looks like I'm a bit early. So one thing that I can do that seems like it's close. Oh, there it is. There's my encounter. So I'm a little early. I'm going to be a little bit early. So I can now play around a little bit with the timing. If I burn a little bit earlier, then I will go a little bit farther. Yeah, see, I'm just incrementing the time slightly. Now I need to increment the burn. Ah, there we go. Focus view. That is an encounter, ladies and gentlemen. Ha ha ha! That is an encounter. All right, let's get into precise territory here. We're gonna encounter Minmus! Not only are we gonna encounter it, if we don't do anything differently, we're gonna just run smack dab into it here, actually. What happens if I adjust the time slightly? Look at that! We get a periapse of 904. Look at this lumpy thing. How are we gonna land on this thing, guys? What are we gonna do here? Okay. Alright, that is gonna be an encounter, and look at our trajectory through. Wow. Alright, node burn in 41 seconds. Get aligned, Gwenvin. This is it. We're going to Minmus. It's actually happening. I hadn't even got to talk about my milestone system. I came up with the system for how I was going to make sure to actually go places in this universe. It involves these nice colored dice, and every time I launch a mission that doesn't do a certain important milestone, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Every time I launch a mission that isn't manned or doesn't do a milestone, I add one of the different colors. And then I'll be able to see how long I've been not doing anything, because in previous playthroughs, that was an expected moment. Everything's fine. We needed to switch to the next stage. It might affect the precision of our maneuver slightly, but it is okay. But thank you. Oh, I didn't even... Did I explain that that was the Phileas 5-ton lifter? The Phileas 1 rocket. Anyway, we are definitely doing a milestone mission right now. Okay, we're definitely doing a milestone mission right now, although I believe that I have not quite made my encounter, so let me... Okay, it's getting worse, so let me turn around, because I can see from these indicators over here that I've gone a little past my burn. Let me do a very small... I don't have a reaction control system, but I can do a small burn. There we go. Alright, that was what we wanted. F5. Wow. Gwenvin, you're going to Minmus. Gwenvin, what is it going to take to get into orbit of Minmus? And do you have enough delta V? Look how much delta V that's going to take. I mean, you've got it to spend. What have I done? There we go. Hang on. Delete. I think I've over... Add maneuver at periapse. Nope. Delete. See how small this sphere of influence is? This body is so small. Also, we're managing to do this in such a way, look, we're not going to pass through Kerbin's rings. That was also a requirement that I have for myself, is I'm going to try to not pass through Kerbin's rings, unless we're specifically showing up to study that. Let's add a maneuver here to slow down and get into an orbit of Minmus, which should also incidentally make our future... Okay, there we go. This is what we want. And we want to make sure that we're within 5 kilometers to get some science stuff. That is a lot of delta V required to do that. I'm surprised. I hope I have enough to get home. I think I will. I think I will. Oh. We briefly had new science data possibility. I'm a little bit nervous that I'm forgetting something, so I would like to save this as on way to Minmus. I'm just feeling a little agitated. I've been so excited to play. I feel like something wrong is going to happen. Anyway, inside the capsule, Gwenvin has got a nice view. Pardon me. Actually, that's where our launch site was before I installed a mod that moved it. And then we did it. We got the timing close enough that we were able to go ahead and do this inclined transfer relatively efficiently. All right. Let's add an alarm. SOI Okay, yeah, in 56 minutes, so in only an hour, we're going to cross through to Minmus' sphere of influence. Can we see Minmus yet, by the way? We are on... No, we should be able to see it. There it is. There it is in the distance. All right, we're going to do the transfer now. Uh-oh, foreboding music has begun. I'm going to turn off science here and now so we don't keep getting stopped. Ooh, foreboding music. Gwenvin has also become the Kerbal highest. In fact, what is her altitude now? Her altitude is 1,736 kilometers, which means she might have new science to perform. Let's do a crew report. In space high over Kerbin. She's in a higher altitude than Minmus now, and she can get some new science. Spacecraft's crew and some of the guys at Mission Control are playing chess over the radio. Keep that experiment. Let's do an atmospheric pressure scan, which tells us we're in a vacuum, surprisingly, and a temperature scan. There's no matter around to be either hot or cold except the spacecraft and the thermometer itself. All right, we've already established this. We're going to keep those. We're not going to use these resettable, these one-time use experiments. She isn't a scientist, so she can't reset them. She will go on EVA and take an EVA report. If you're hearing this, it means you're taking a long time on this spacewalk. The lab boys say that might be a fear reaction. Interesting. Keep that experiment. And board. What a beautiful sight that was, too. Look at that. Look at that beautiful sight. Let's take a screenshot of that. So pretty. All right, now point to your maneuver vector. Here we go. Is my T out? Yes, it is. Mini Minmus is coming in. There she is. Wow. It looks big from this distance, but we're not going very fast. Wow. My orbital velocity around Kerbin right now is only 900 meters per second. We're about to pass into Minmus' sphere of influence. Wow. Oh, I'm so excited. I was just kind of saying, just thinking about how we're still not in Minmus' sphere of influence. This is real time. This is not time accelerated. This thing is moving really fast. Wow. This is kind of terrifying. Wow, our relative orbital velocity is 629 meters per second. That's intense. Okay, we're gonna burn in 14 seconds. I am so excited to be going to a brand new place. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Wow, the texture just popped in. 1, 0. Quick. This giant ice ball. It's like a terrifying asteroid. Ooh, it's pretty in high texture. Do we have enough thrust to do this? Wow. Wow. Go into map mode. Okay. I want to have an apoapse above 5 kilometers so I can get high altitude. Wow. Gwenvin Kerman, you have not only become the first Kerbal to go to Minmus and to visit a new body. You've done it before, Space Probe. You are the first Kerbal to go somewhere I have never been before since, I don't know, version 0.9? Here we are. Ha ha ha. I love going new places, even just in a game. Look at that view. I'm so excited, y'all. I'm so excited. In case it wasn't clear, I'm really excited. I was going to say, I think we have... Okay, we can't do... Let's do material study and mystery goo observation. The goo gives you a letter to give to its wife back on Kerbin in case it doesn't make it. These are the custom ones. High radiation caused a few of the samples to glow. It looks like it'd be fun to paint the rocket. Actually, I need to be getting out and getting those EVA reports, so let's get out. Rocky Slopes of Minmus. I am so excited to be playing in somebody's modded world because everything is a bit different. Lowlands, minty lowlands. Oh, that's awesome. Take that data. I need to take this data so I can do those experiments over. Board. Okay, now we can atmosphere, temperature, and crew report. You wonder if it's possible EVA is surface and back. It certainly is, and we might be doing that. Keep this. Keep this. EVA. Take data. Take data. Take data. And board, and it'll take it all back in with me. We got to do that so that we can do fresh experiments later. I haven't even gotten to really look at Minmus, but look at this thing. In case it wasn't obvious, I'm excited. I like going new places in real life too. I identify with the what is over the horizon obsession that some people have. Whew, I like this music. All right. Instead of compulsively quick saving. The reason I'm being so weird about these saves is because I have installed some new mods. And I'm just antsy. At Minmus. I'll have to stop doing this pretty quickly or my saves will take forever to load and stuff. I like this music too. Rainforest Majesty. So let's time warp until I cannot warp faster than 1 well below 5 kilometers. Well, that's a bit of a problem. I might have to change that. That's a bit of an issue. Can I EVA? No. I can at least 4 times time acceleration. I'm going to hold my mouse over the EVA button so that if we go over a new biome, she can get new science. If we ever get anywhere. That's the problem with this little Minmus, is that everything takes so long. That's pretty. Sunset over Mini Minmus. Okay, go on EVA. EVA report. It looks so small, yet so delicious. Material study, mystery goo, atmosphere, temperature, crew report. You note that your radio fails to transmit when set to the off position. Mission control, the goo is sitting on my faceplate and won't get off. Please advise. Wow. Amazing. We're going to keep all those because... You know what I forgot? After all that, I forgot landing legs. But you know what we're going to do now. You know it had to be coming. Let's... I think maybe the easiest place to go... Let's just warp to Apoapс. If we can get there. Oh no. This is going to take a little while, y'all. Maybe instead of doing that. I wanna land somewhere I can see. I think we might need to propulse towards the surface. So I've quick saved, because this might get me killed, honestly, because I don't really know what I'm doing. But I think what we need to do is burn retrograde and towards the surface at the same time. But I also want to land where the sun is, so maybe we'll land not in view of Kerbin, unfortunately. Well, let's just time warp as fast as we can. I might have to change the time warp settings so that this is doable. Let's just wait, hang on. First I want to establish something. What is it gonna take to go home? Like what? Hang on. Like when we're ready to go home. What? Oh. When we're ready to go home, what kind of delta V is going to be required? Something in the vicinity of 300? No, we're not home yet though. This is just a rough estimate. I want to make sure that we can get home safely. Okay, I need to save about 500 meters per second for going home. 500 or 600 will be a nice safety margin. Okay, noted. All right, let's try burning downward and retrograde. All right, and now let's warp here as best we can. I think it can't get any closer. What is happening? Oh, our camera angle has changed. Oh no, we're upside down. This is going to be so confusing. We're landing on the bottom of Minmus. Let's definitely set ourselves to surface retrograde. We should be able to kill like a significant amount of velocity here. Let's do physical time warp. Oh, there's the moon! We're going there next. Look at this physically time warping into this thing. This is bonkers. It's absolutely bonkers. Whoops, that was not what I meant to do. No, not that what I... Oh, Gwenvin, you're crazy. We're dropping at 50 meters per second. Let me get my surface. Can I have show engineer? I don't need vessel, but I do need to see surface. Hang on. We're not time warping right now. It's just coming at us. All right. Impact time 30 seconds. I'm concerned that we're dropping a little fast. So I'm gonna reduce our, yeah, there we go. Our vertical speed has gone to 0. We're kind of bouncing. What is even happening right now? It's like turning underneath us. I need to flip over so I can see what we're doing. We're gonna have to land on the engine bell, Gwenvin, so you have to land extremely softly or you're gonna be stuck there. You could have EVA'd to the surface, but we want to bring our science experiments. Let's kill our relative speed. Nine, 8, 7, okay. EVA? Take the EVA report. Board. It was a new biome. Oh, we are falling. Look at that. We actually do fall. I was concerned that it would be so light that we wouldn't actually go down. All right, altitude to the terrain is 200 meters. Gwenvin, you're going to become the first Kerbal to land on a world. Oh, shoot. That was not what we wanted. I'm going to turn this thrust limiter down. I pressed X instead of Shift. So let me zero that out. I want to land over there. That would be convenient to land on this big knob here. Okay, here we go. Oh, this very peaceful music, and I'm so stressed out. I meant to put landing legs on this thing, and there's upside down Kerbin. Not that you could tell, because I don't know what Kerbin looks like right now. 7, 6, this is too fast for landing. 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, we've bounced. We've bounced. We're on the surface. I would like to put the whole craft down. Gently, gently. We soft landed on Minmus. Look at this thing. Look at this place. Wow. Oh my goodness, this is what we're here for. This is why I play this game. Wow. Incredible. Sorry my head is there. Hang on. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. There. You have a little shot of it with no head. Wow. That is amazing. That is really fantastic. Okay. Where was I? Put that back on. I can't see anything. Let's make sure that we don't roll around. Have I quick saved? Quick save, please. As much as maybe that's a mistake. I still have plenty of Delta V to get home, I believe. Science here and now is going nuts. Alright, go on EVA. Take an EVA report. From the peaks, ice peaks of a Minmus. As far as you can tell, in the low gravity, the ground is firm underfoot and not as slippery as you would expect it. Oh well, you haven't done that yet, so ignore that for a second. We need to take data and take data, board, and then we'll be able to do these things. Also, review this. This is in space near Minmus. Let's keep that. We want to replace the in space high, I believe, because this is recovery 13 science if we bring it back home. 13.5. This one is sounds are happening. Only 12. So we're going to reset this materials bay so that we can do it here. And get 15.8. Sample dashes past you towards the surface. Keep. Wow. And then this one. Space high. Let's reset that. We're just going to have to come back to get space high science from these things. Observe the mystery goo. The goo turns into a scale model of Minmus and indicates the landing site with a little X. Keep that. You wonder why you're still sitting in your capsule while there's so much fun to have outside. Well, because we're doing science, Gwenvin. All right, let's do an atmospheric pressure and a temperature scan. Uh-oh, the thermometer suddenly reads not a number. One of the wires must have come loose again. Actually, that's terrifying. Even seeing not a number in the text scares me, because not a number is the value that you get in these mods when they just break and they're giving you information that won't work. And then all the mods use not a number in their calculations, and then all the numbers are gone, and pretty soon you can't do anything. So, anyway, Gwenvin, I am really excited. Let's go on EVA. Please, before you forget, you must collect data from these places and store them, because these things are going to be ditched, and we really don't want to lose our data by accidentally burning it up in the atmosphere when we come home. Let's store that experiment. Let's take the data we have and store the experiments. Lovely. Gwenvin, it is time for an historic moment. You are setting foot on Minmus. So amazing. All right. Oops, closed. Let's take a surface sample. Your helmet gets in the way. All right, keep. Let's plant a flag. And what's your name? Gwenvin, right? Gwenvin. Oh, and where are we? Ice Peaks. Ice Peaks. First Kerbal anywhere new. Gwenvin Kerman was here. All right. Kerbidine. I wanted to change this to the Squashwash flag, but I haven't made it yet. We don't need Kerbal Engineer now. Wow. I am so happy with this. But there's more to do. There's more to do still, so let's store that experiment. And then let me do a quick check. Can we go anywhere else nearby? I feel like if we just go over there, we'll get some extra science. So F5 before I die. Thrusters on. And jump. And proceed forward. We are on the south pole of Minmus. And we're just gonna traverse across the surface for a moment. Look at those beautiful rings. And doing so will possibly yield us some new science. We're still in the ice peaks. I want to slow down a little. We don't need to be going quite so fast. There we go. As long as I just hold us above the ground, we should be okay. And then we can get an EVA report and a surface sample from a different area. I feel like if we go into this mint-colored area, we should be okay. Let's keep track of our EVA propellant. I would hate to have to walk back. Chatterer adding her breathing sounds makes it feel more lifelike. Oh wait, we're in the minty lowlands. Let's come to a stop. So let's come to a stop. Good. All right. Let's see where we're going, please, and make sure that our velocity is never very high so that we don't have a problem. Close. Closer. All right. Very close. We do not want to roll down this hill. Now, unfortunately, we will not be able to put a flag down because she has already planted her flag. Oh, she's so excited to be on Minmus. I'm excited too, Gwenvin. We can at least take a surface sample. Can we not do an EVA report? There it is, EVA report. You could have sworn you saw a little boy and a tiger sledding down the hill in a toboggan. You check your O2 supply. Ah, just hypoxia. After excavating the surface, you find a hidden ice layer. The ice appears to have a slightly greenish tinge. Upon further examination, you find it have the perfect consistency for snow cones, yet the taste leaves much to be desired. Wonderful. All right, take off. And let's go find the sun and also our capsule. Forward. This is good Minmus jumping. We could visit every biome on Minmus, but I'm not going to do that. I'm sure we're bringing home enough science. We're not going to transmit the science though, because we do expect to get home alive. He says. And it's already been 50 minutes, and I've been trying to work on this. It's like, how much is actually feasible to do in a stream? Just like in life, like how much can I get done in a certain amount of time? It's always so much less than I expect. Part of it is because I luxuriate over every single step, but we will see. All right, let's grab. She's going to board backwards. Lovely. All right, so there's Kerbin. We are on, what is that? Oh, we don't need to see our debris. Turn this debris off. We don't want to be looking at debris. Okay, we've left some space junk in space. That's for fun for later. So we're going to need to burn retrograde. So that means looking at Kerbin this way, we need to go that way, which is flipped because my camera's flipped, so, but let's turn off this thrust limiter and then lift the nose so that we're pointing straight up and get going off the surface, and then turn over like that, maybe? All right, we're at least in a stable situation now. We're not gonna hit Minmus. Let's turn this back on in case we have more we can do. All right, stable orbit of Minmus. Reasonably so. So now what I want to know, add a maneuver. What does it take to go home? And I want to make sure to do that in such a way that we pass over the rings as well. That's important. Kerbin periapsis, I want it to be about 25, 30 kilometers maybe? But it's also even better if we can get it to be near the Space Center. But I don't think I'm going to try to fiddle with that. I could spend a lot of time trying to get that right, and let's just say, let's ignore that. I assume that we have enough enough heat shield. That's just an assumption I'm making. So if we burn now, our periaps would be in 42 minutes, which Kerbin takes 6 hours to rotate, so it actually might not be that far away from the Space Center. And we will go not through the rings that I can tell. It looks to me like we cross the ring plane just outside. We can maybe get some nice ring observation as we pass. We'll fly over, we'll re-enter. Let's just do that burn, because we're missing it as we speak. Bye, Minmus. That was a wonderful time. That's what we're here for. All right, and now we'll do final correction. A little bit of extra thrust to get down to 30. I don't know if that's the ideal re-entry, but it'll work. Wow. Bye, Minmus. I'm gonna turn up the light enhancement. This is a very hectic song here. Where is it? Ambient light boost a bit. I'm sorry, I can't. It's too much. Let's have chill, please. Or ambient. Give me ambient. Oh no, the music has been on. How long has the music been on? No wonder I've been so stressed. It's gonna drive me nuts in the recording. Oh, wow, we're just crossing through the sphere of influence? Oh my gosh. Really? What just happened? What just happened? What is happening? We're passing in and out of Minmus' sphere of influence, and it is terrifying. Please sort yourself out. Oh, we're jumping in and out. This is no good. This is no good. It's changing our periaps aggressively. That is a glitch. That is a major glitch. This is going to cause us serious problems. So let's what is happening? Hang on. What? Hang on. How long ago was... Okay, fine. Just time accelerate. Okay, we escaped. Jeez. That was a disaster. Okay, we're not going to be able to... I'm not really sure what happened. Let's be in orbital mode so I can see what's going on. I don't know if I'm going to be able to, like, actually enter safely. I'm not sure if that was the right choice. Also... What is happening with my, why do I feel like I'm pointing, oh, okay, let me point orbit prograde, please, and accelerate. Our beautiful return trajectory had something weird happen to it. I'm going to try re-entering, but I feel like we're going to burn up. Now, we had something really good, so this is what I'm going to do. That was weird. I'm going to save game. I'm going to call that weird. This might be preferable to redoing, but then I'm going to try loading. That's why we quick save. Where is the latest quick save? How do I do this? Just hold F9, I think. Yeah, hold F9 to load last quick save. I think we were still on the surface at that point. I'd planted the flag. Let's make sure that I have the mint. Review stored data. Yeah, Minty Lowlands. I had the Minty Lowlands. So we're going to have to be very careful about how we leave Minmus's sphere of influence. I really don't understand what happened, but I have this vague memory of seeing that happen before. I don't know why. I did play with this mod once before a long time ago, and I remember having something weird when I tried to go to Minmus with the sphere of influence. Let's add a maneuver there. No, that's just weird. Hang on. Add a maneuver at Apoapps. At Apoapps. And I want to reduce until my periapps goes back to Kerbin. I think the problem is that I accelerate. I think I have the delta V to afford to screw around with this. Because what is my... If I were to... Sorry, I'm not sure how to explain what's going on. That is going to cost me 57, but then if I do a maneuver when I'm not in Minmus's sphere of influence, then that maneuver is 400, and I've got the delta V. So let me try just getting out of here any old which way, right? Let me just try facing away from Kerbin and give me an orbital camera. Away from Kerbin and back along Minmus's trajectory. This should make me leave Minmus's sphere of influence in such a way as to not encounter that bug. I hope. I don't know why I can't hear my music. Okay, let me try. Can't warp, that's fine. So now what's going to happen is I'm going to slow down before I fall back in. All right, let's get outside 5 kilometers. That was terrifying. I can't remember at all what I was talking about. Whew. It's just a weird edge case. The system for sphere of influence isn't really equipped to deal with spheres of influence that are so tiny. We did eventually escape. We just had to escape with a bit more velocity. Let's see if this works. And I'm going to save this too. Fix, question mark, save. All right, proceed. Will Gwenvin Kerman ever be able to leave Minmus? That wasn't something that I considered as a possible problem to be having. Okay, okay, all right. It's passing away from us. Boy, that looks funky. This is... Huh. What's happening there? Why is it getting closer? I do not want it to be getting closer. Why is it chasing me? That is so weird. Do not get closer. Do not get closer. Okay. It's because I started to fall back down and accelerate. It's gonna be okay. Now we're gonna turn... You know, it's like when it's on rails, it's okay. When we're time accelerating, it's alright, but when we're not time accelerating, it seems to move oddly. Let's bring my periaps down. I don't care where I land at this point. Let's also change the inclination so that we're going up over the rings. Alright, I stopped kind of narrating because I just started freaking out. Okay. That's our new quick save. That thing is terrifying. Minmus is scary. Yeah, look, it moves differently in time acceleration than not time acceleration. Don't look at it. Don't look at it. I don't know what's going on. That is really bizarre. But don't think about it. We're just gonna let it go past us. Good. And we're gonna pass over these rings. Da 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 da. This is good space music here. Who knows what that was? I wonder what other crazy bugs we have in store for us. Let's warp there. Oh, we had somewhere we could... Hang on. I wanted to do that. I wanted it to interrupt me when we had a new biome. Oh well. Well, let's get positioned. We have taken the samples out of those materials studies. Let's real quick take this valuable data, take that data, collect this data, collect this data, remove board. Alright, Gwenvin. Whoa, you've had an eventful journey. I need to turn this music off. We're gonna have a non-musical last 20 minutes of this. Alright. Let me turn this music, or turn the music. Let me turn the brightness up. Oh, that's what happens, is after I go in the menu, the music comes back. Interesting. Alright. Alright. Thank you, spacecraft. But now we're going home. And here we go. Gwenvin is re-entering. Let's keep an eye on her ablator. We only have half the ablator. Don't mind that. That's just the spacecraft disintegrating. Unfortunately, we've not aimed in the water at all. This is going to be a surface landing. And we're not far from the space center, comparatively. Could have been worse. What is happening with the camera? Sorry. Alright. Oh, my goodness. Well, we had enough ablator. Now it's just down to the parachute, which Kerbal Space Program has had a strange history of parachutes. I would like to deploy the parachute now. There we go. Used to be that the parachute would, like, explode itself when it opened. And the parachute would stay connected to the parachute part, but the capsule would keep going. All right. Gwenvin, you've had quite the experience. And you've got a lot of science coming back for us. All right. Touchdown in a few seconds. Oh! Hooray! We're in the frozen plains. Have you been to the frozen plains? Take a surface sample in an EVA report. Have we been here before? I think we might not have been here before. That's quite convenient. Keep. The ratings are quite literally nominal. I don't know why we're in the frozen plains, because this is rather equatorial. That might be a bug. So actually, that's kind of interesting. The biome maps actually use like a color spectrum, and so between colors there used to be flaws. So we were. It doesn't say. It doesn't say how far away the Space Center is. Let's find out. Do I get target or anything? Rendezvous. Float. Distance. 571 kilometers. Yeah, that's not bad. I mean, you know, that's almost the radius of the planet in this universe, but that's fine. Okay. Nope. Make all this engineer stuff go away. Well, I've been very adrenalized this whole time. We're going to recover this vessel. There was a lot of build-up to getting to play this. Anyway, we went to Minmus, we got science from Minmus, we landed on Minmus, and we landed a Kerbal on Minmus, planting a flag and doing EVA science from 2 different biomes, bringing back 181 science points. Ha ha ha. Yay! Fantastic. All right. Next. Great. Done. Lovely. Save. I'm saving compulsively right now. I'm very sorry. So, one thing I forgot to do. How much did the Velociraptor Mark 1C launching on the Phileas rocket mass? Mass 36.5 tons. Now, unfortunately, this is something I gotta try to remember to do, but I forgot to set the timer for when we actually launched. So, we could have got this timer started earlier. I'm sorry if it's lagging looking at the Space Center. I'll point us another direction. There we go. We can look at Kerbin's rings. There we go. I'm going to add an alarm. First, I'm going to just do a 7-day alarm and call it Gwenvin back. Okay, we've added that. That's giving her her day off. And then we're going to say pad ready. And that's going to be in 3 days. Because it was a, actually no, pad ready. Can I edit this? No. Delete. Add an alarm. Pad ready. It's actually in 4 days. 36 tons divided by 10, rounded up. It's 4 days. So the pad's going to be ready in 4 days. Now the other thing I was going to do is that we got our science, 247 of it now. So we can unlock electrics. But I was saying, and I don't remember if I actually managed to say this before, I'm not going to try to unlock this whole tier first, but what I will do is the first node of a new tier takes the tierth number of days to actually research. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a 5th tier. So I'm going to add 5th tier unlock in 5 days. I'm gonna add that alarm. And yeah, I'm gonna add that and then go into the tracking station. And we're just gonna pass that time. But I'm gonna be wrapping up momentarily. We don't need to see, but there's this debris up there. That's interesting. So yeah, launching from an inclined launch site definitely added some complexity, and it's going to keep doing that because our next destination is the moon. Here's the moon as it appears in this mod, instead of looking kind of like the regular moon. I'm excited. But I'm just going to warp until one of my timers goes off. I was going to say I'll come back to this later, but you know what? Let's just go. I'm going to wait till Jondren's back. Can we warp any faster? There we go. As the world turns, there goes the moon. See, part of why I'm doing this warp is you see these launch windows? This is the alarm clock's guess for these launch windows. I'm not even sure that they're accurate, but they seem like a good idea. Elu is very far away. Elu is way out here. Jondren is back. I'm going to not delete it. I'm going to make note that. Yeah, Elu's way out here. We don't have any antennas that can reach Elu. We might have antennas for Moho, which is down here. We might have antennas for Moho when the window comes up, assuming that that is correct. So, but I have these alarms to pass time because otherwise we go to the moon and we go to Minmus and we, in this case, we go to Dres and we do all the science there is to do, and you know almost no time would have passed. So this is a compromise for not installing Kerbal construction time, which has more complexity to it. It's a fun mod, but you kind of have to plan ahead even more than I think I can quite do. I'll put some music back on. All right, pad will be ready in, let's just get there. I am really excited for, see there's Dres. Dres, incidentally, I have information on this stuff. Dres is smaller than the moon, but it seems to be more dense based on this information here. The gravitational parameter here, mu, is higher. The mass is higher, but the radius is lower. So I'm not sure. I'm used to using delta V maps to decide where I'm going and figure out how to get there, and this time I don't really know. And here's Lathe Tylo. I don't know if I've talked about this, but I also have this mod uses the binary system thing. So I've never been to a binary system in Kerbal Space Program. I don't know how it works. This is a water world. It is less dense than Kerbin. I don't know what we are going to do with it. This is a giant ball of rock that also orbits around this barycenter that these two planets that are similar size have with each other. So I'm super excited about that. Jewel looks cool. And Duna is a moon of Jewel. We're going to have to go to Duna, but we're going to go at a different time than we otherwise would go. Duna is usually the Mars analog. So let's get back to Kerbin. Oh, here's Eve. Eve is terrifying in this. That's scary. Let's go back to Kerbin. Let's get ready for the 5th tier. All the way. Speed up. There we go. 5th tier unlock. Let's just go ahead and leave. And as soon as that unlocks, I'm going to go and grab, let's see, close that alarm. Let's go in here. All right. Normally I would say, oh, I'm going to wait to do this and overthink it. I'm just going to do it. This is what I planned. Here it is. We're going to get batteries from KW. We're going to get the octo core. We're going to get the solar panels. Research. And we have almost enough to go straight to precision engineering. So we might consider doing that. It's 160 and we have 157. So we might consider doing that. But first, Now that we've unlocked tier 5, let's warp to the next morning, I think. I think it's nice to work in the daytime. Does that work? Hang on a second. I'm not sure that actually works in this. Because I don't know if that button knows where the Space Center is with KSC Switcher and the mod. Okay, there, we're in the morning. So I don't know when the right launch window for the moon is. The moon is inclined to Kerbin's orbit now, but so are we. So probably the right time to launch to the moon is when the Space Center is aligned with the highest point of the moon's orbit, then we'll have the least relative inclination. Because if we are inclined on this kind of angle and the moon is inclined on this angle, that'll be the closest. But also it's a good time to burn out to meet the moon when they'll cross each other. So a bit of work to figure out. I actually don't know how to do the math to find out. One thing I might do is launch like a targeting probe. Like a probe that just goes into orbit and all it does is sits there and lets me do maneuver planning. And it doesn't need to be able to do the maneuvers, it just let me plan some things out. All right, so I had prepared a little bit, although I don't think we're gonna have time. Yeah, we don't have time to actually launch this, but I can pop over to sine wave 1, load. No, is this what I wanted? Yeah, this is correct. So, I had pre-built this because I had time and I wanted to do it. I said I wanted to listen to liked. There we go. So this is my draft of the probe that we're going to send to the moon. But now we have better parts. Look at this, Probodyne Octo. We can put that on there. So let's do so. Let's get the Octo on there. The Octo Dad. That is a funny video game. Get on. It's on the wrong node. Hang on. There we go. Solar panels would be lovely. I think I want to put them on the side of the science. I have put them in a bad place. Hang on. There we go. There we go. And then this one, please. Let's make them sleeker. Close. That's close enough. And let's put 4 of them on the probe, like. Hang on. Now I've got transmitters there. It's going to look wrong. Let's just do that. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Gives it a little bit of aesthetic interest. Stick on one of these batteries. How much battery power is that? I think I'd like to do a test and a little bit of research to make sure I'm going to be able to transmit. I don't know how much electricity it takes to send back one of these expensive science things, but I need to have enough, even though I have solar panels, I need to have enough stored battery power to send back the experiments that I need to send back. So one thing that I can do is err on the side of caution and slap these giant 300 size batteries on here, which is probably completely overkill. But there's nothing really stopping me. Well, other than the symmetry looking weird now. Interesting. I kind of like that. It's got a battery hat. This will be my test. I was going to say I can do a test. How much is this mass? 4.5 tons. Well, we know we can launch 5 tons into orbit. Oh, the only problem though is this is a surface attached, so that's not going to work. I can't put them there because that's where the ScanSat radar altimeter is going to go? Maybe... Maybe it can sit here? That's sort of reasonable. Let's put these like so. There we go. So we got battery, solar panels, solar panels, transmitters, we got 4 transmitters. We don't need that many transmitters. We've got this altimetry scan device, which goes in the middle. I'm trying to put it. Aha, there's a problem now. It wasn't clipping into the panels before, into the transmitter antennas before. Now it is. Let me make sure I only have one. See, if I can get the 2, I'm putting 2 on at once. If I can get them to occupy the same space, then I know it's symmetrical. That's probably close enough. And now let's have 2 of these, and I'll just move them up a bit. Nope. Just a bit so they're not in there. Are they still in the fairing? I'm not sure they're still in the fairing, honestly. That could be bad. Let's actually, instead, let's pull this one down. Just a little. There. So far, so good. I can just rebuild the fairing. But, this should be okay. I think that should be alright. The fairing should just kind of disappear. Easy way to test. There's sine wave 1, save, launch. This is not the true launch, this is just the fairing test. I do like to do this. And then I'm going to need to wrap up. I wanted to fly this mission, but I don't think that's going to be doable. That will be next time. Let's see. Yeah, stay. Alright, now let's see how this works. Yeah, it does break them, so I'm glad that we checked. Well, anyway, I'll fix that next time. That's hilarious. But next time, I'm going to send this probe, or a variation on it, something that I fixed, the sine wave. I'm going to send it to the moon. And let's revert. Revert to the vehicle assembly building. I'll fiddle with this. It lags really bad at the launch pad, so I wanted to get out of there quick. And then we're going to put the rocket on it. We're going to, when this is ready and it isn't breaking itself when we deploy the fairings, then I will slap the Phileas rocket here. We'll get a nice, pretty, tall, clean-looking rocket akin to what we just launched. Gosh, that's cool looking. I love this game. And we will send this new scientific spacecraft to the moon, and maybe we'll either send it back to Dres 2, or we'll send a second one to Dres. We'll keep going. Thank you for joining me if you joined. I'm going to put the video of the day on YouTube as well as on Twitch. It stays on Twitch for a week or two. Thank you very much. I hope you were enjoying Uncharted stream. I'm going to try to stick with it. And I'm excited to go all of these crazy new places that we see in Kerbal Space Program Uncharted Lands. So thank you so much, and have a good day. How do I stop this? Bye-bye.